with the Commissioner of Baseball, Rob Manfred. You must be enjoying this. Tell us a little bit about how the last couple of days have gone.
Well, it's just been a lot of fun here. You know, seeing the Major League players interact with the Little Leaguers was a great visual for us, and seeing how much our guys enjoyed being there. I walked up with Lance Lynn from the bus, and he said it was 1999 when he played there. He said, I just can't tell you how excited I am to be back here. You know, people who love baseball have to see Williamsport. It's a great thing.
Well, who deserves the credit? Take us back to the beginning. Where did this start?
Well, the original idea was Tony Petittis, the chief operating officer of baseball. He had this idea that it would be great to take baseball to places that mattered to the game, but where we didn't ordinarily play big league games. So last summer we were here for the Little League World Series. He brought me over to see Bowman Field, and last year this was pre-renovation, and I said to him, Tony, this is a great idea, but I don't know about this.
It's a real fixer-upper.
Yeah, it was a real fixer-upper, and they've done a fantastic job. I can't believe how good it looks.
Well, is there anything, too, walking around, we got to see you over at the Little League fields today, that even just aspects of the Little League game and what the kids are doing that you'd even like to see as a part of Major League Baseball?
Well, I have to say, I'm not sure we're ever going to do it, but the kids dancing before the game was my personal favorite.
The mascot?
Oh, it's just unbelievable how funny it is, and the kids were fantastic, and, it just shows the joy associated with the game, the camaraderie, the teamwork. It really a nice visual.
I know one of your passions as commissioner is connecting with youth and having youth play baseball. Where are we on those kind of initiatives and in our sport as a whole?
Well, we're really committed and investing in those initiatives. We got together with the Players Association. We put together about $30 million. We've used a lot of that fund, invested in things like the MLB academies, invested in events. We've done some scholarshiping of kids so that they can play elite baseball. We have the Elite Development Invitational that we're running down at Vero Beach, where we bring high potential kids in to work with former major leaguers. And all of this is starting to pay off. Our participation numbers, there's an annual study that gets done. We're the only major sport, and that includes the things that people think of as fast-growing, like soccer and lacrosse, that had an increase in their participation numbers. We were up about 8% in baseball and almost 8% in softball. And,
awesome.
We have really tried to expand our focus beyond just young men. A real focus on softball, and we had our first ever baseball tournament for girls in California. That it was actually
huge success.
It was a huge success.
Jenny Finch a part of that?
Yep. Jenny actually is doing more and more with us. She did a charity event with me in our hometown in Westchester, and we had little girl softball players lined up for just lined up waiting to get Jenny to sign the back of their jerseys. It was really nice.
Well, you were talking earlier today about kind of your childhood memories, and we had the photo of you 11, 12 years old. You said you couldn't believe the talent level, but how much does this bring out kind of your Little League memories? We take another look.
Well, I have great memories of Little Leagues, and the greatest thing about it, I'll tell you a funny thing about this picture. I didn't have the picture with me. They were asking me about it, and I actually texted one of my Little League teammates today, and he sent me the picture. So you stay in touch with these people. You form these friendships that you have for your entire life.
It's been 40 years.
So we got this picture today?
Yeah, I knew the picture existed. I didn't have it with me, and Pat was asking me, our communications guy, do you have it? I said, I don't have it, but I bet I can get it. I texted my friend, and he sent it to me by text.
The only picture I'm more excited to see is Tim Kirkchin's.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy who sent that picture actually pitched a perfect game in Little League.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still stayed in touch. That's the best part.
Yeah, that's a great story.
But there's more to the story. From the article I read, so you were the third baseman?
I was the shortstop.
You were the shortstop?
Yeah.
And you lost some teeth that day?
Yeah,
Wait, bring up that picture.
Yeah. I've developed a pretty good reputation not being that slow, but I was riding to the game. It was in the year when you rode bikes to your games, right? So I was riding the bike to the game, and I had my cleats over the handlebars, which, if you think about it, it's not very smart, right? Got caught in the spokes, and I went over the front of the bicycle, broke my 2 front teeth, had stitches in my chin. My mother came and got me stitched up, took me to the dentist. He said, we'll fix that later. And she took me to the game, and I played.
Yes.
And caught
Rob,
the last out,
awesome.
right?
I did. I actually
caught the last out of the perfect.
I did catch the last out, and they all knew I was sort of a little dazed. You know, it was in the pre-concussion awareness era, and there was this high pop, and I'm looking up, and it's sort of going around, and it was not good.
Wow.
It's not good.
How about this play by Josh Harrison? Almost retires Piscotty on a great play up the middle, but you can see Momo hustling down the line, able to beat that.
And the little leaguers that got to their feet when he dove and made that play. How excited they were.
Paul DeYoung pops it up. Chris Stewart, the catcher, had no idea where it was. It's that time of the evening here. You can see him say, I never saw it. And Josh Bell came in, and on the other side of the mound, on the far side of the field, he made the catch.
Because this has been so successful as far as an event, is this something that you guys consider happening annually?
Yeah, we're focused on next year, one step at a time. We're talking to the Players Association. Have some details to work out, but I'm really hopeful we'll be back here. I just think the partnership with Little League and making this more of a regular event would be great for us.
Commissioner Rob Manfred with us here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The MLB Little League Classic, the Cardinals and the Pirates, with the Little League World Series taking place across town here in historic Williamsport. And I think what all of us have been impressed with is the quality of play we're seeing from 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. There are 3 players on these 2 major league teams who played in the Little League World Series. Wouldn't shock any of us if a couple of kids who were in the ballpark tonight wound up being big leaguers in 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, it's amazing. The quality plays really high. We walked into the first game over at the Little League World Series, and one of the youngsters from Texas actually went up over the top of the catcher in an effort to score at home. I mean, a really amazing play for a 12-year-old. Really great.
And the action continues on ESPN and ESPN2 tomorrow and right through to the championship game next Sunday. This is Dexter Fowler. Other than this, what else is on your plate right now? I know you've talked about pace of play over and over and over again, but I guess a little bit of news this week. You mentioned that you and Tony Clark have had, it sounds like, more significant conversations recently.
Right. We actually had a great meeting down in Washington about a week and a half ago. We had about 20 players. You know, it's the great thing when you're talking about things on the field, when you get to meet directly with the players, you know, no disrespect to the union, you always get insights and ideas. I think there is a lot of common ground in terms of doing everything we can to avoid or eliminate dead time in the game without changing what is the greatest game in the world. So when you start with a common premise, usually you can find a way to make an agreement that'll help both of you.
Fowler drives the ball to left center field. Andrew McCutcheon back to make the catch. Mr. Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your time here. Commissioner Rob Manfred. 3-2. Pirates will be back.